Coach Yo is going big. Christine Walla is in the starting lineup.
And Walla last night, she had 11 points and 7 rebounds. She is not afraid to mix it up with taller players, and you got to watch her duck in.
A defense. Winner moving on to the semifinals. Texas controls the opening tip. They put it in the hands of the All-American Rory Harmon.
You're going to see this man-to-man pressure defense. Ole Miss is going to try to be in the passing lanes, not allow any easy catches for Texas.
Ole Miss's defense made it really hard on Texas in the first meeting on January 26. Shea Holly had a shot at a layup. Taylor Jones can't corral the rebound. In fact, Texas shot its second lowest field goal percentage of the season last time out against Ole Miss.
Those two, Todd Williams and Scott, they are a 1-2 punch for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Here's Madison Booker, number 35 in the white jersey for Texas.
Booker's really worked on that outside game, and it is pure.
Scott off the screen. Christine Iwala going up against Taylor Jones. That's the matchup we were talking about down low.
And I like the way that Coach Yo has moved Iwala more of a face-up because she's trying to get Taylor Jones in some foul trouble.
Christine Iwala, the transfer from UCLA. Shea Holly in traffic. Jackalangam one and Tanda at the top of the key. Back to Harmon. Rory off the mark. Taylor Jones put back good.
And Walla she almost had that rebound, but tipped it back. Jones grabbed it and put it back in.
You got to watch out for that with Texas. They're second in the nation in second chance points.
And we've got the length with Jones inside, and then you have Kyla Olaker. She'll come in as well, bring size for the Longhorns as well.
Scott battling. Booker saved it from going out of bounds. Rory Harmon! Tamia Sadler going to hold this up here. Texas picking up full court.
Look at the pressure. Sadler's got to be careful. He's out of that half-court line.
Got to look at the basket, but couldn't finish. It'll be Texas basketball.
SEC Player of the Year. Point forward, first the assist allows Rory Harmon to play off the ball. We normally see her play in the point guard position.
And Rory Harmon and Madison Booker, they were playing so well together last year until Rory Harmon in December tore her ACL and had to miss the rest of the year. So I know everybody was excited to see them on the floor together again as Shea Holly hits.
How much did Rory Harmon help Madison Booker, a freshman having to move to play a position she had never played before at the point guard spot?
I mean, invaluable resource. Kennedy Todd Williams off the mark. And Vic Schaefer told us, he said,
plays like that make GM's eyebrows raise when they're looking at Scott.
What do you think about her translating to the next level?
She's got that motor, the competitive energy, the versatility I think WNBA teams love.
Harmon in trouble, threw it away. Tamia Sadler, yeah, you can't go up against Taylor Jones like that. 6'4", a sixth-year player.
Madison Scott on the break, eyes up, and the bounce pass leading to Star Jacobs. That is beautiful.
It's so special, too. Madison Scott, a fifth-year player. She spent all 5 seasons at Ole Miss.
That just tells you her commitment to the program and to Coach Yo.
KK Deans, they need her to do that, coming in off the bench.
Well, got to have an outside threat to open up the lane. Ole Miss likes to run, dribble action to get to the paint, make Texas have to come out and guard.
Meanwhile, for Texas on offense, 4 assists on 4 made field goals. There's going to be a foul down low. Lucia Kahara out of Brazil with the foul.
You see Coach O already rotating her bigs in. She knows that she's going to have to keep the pressure. Now Kyla Olaker in for Texas.
You know, a staple of a Vic Schaefer program is having a big. And he feels like he has two starters in Kyla Olaker and Taylor Jones. Olaker to screen for Booker.
Watch Olaker trying to get position.
Lori Harmon right to the SEC logo, left it short.
That defensive stop was everything about Madison Scott. She had Olaker and then contested, altered the shot of Lori Harmon.
Special freshman right here, and Sira Chinu out of Mali. Turnover. Muenentanda finishing through the contact of Star Jacobs.
Both teams want to control the pace of this game.
What pace does Ole Miss want to play with?
They want to, that's a tough pass.
This will stay with Ole Miss. Wondering, why is there a number 2 next to Texas's name on our scoreboard? And that's because South Carolina and Texas, they both went 15-1 in the SEC regular season. They split their regular season meetings, so that means it came down to a coin flip by Commissioner Greg Sankey to decide the number 1 seed in this tournament, and that went to South Carolina. So even though Texas is the number 1 team in the nation, they're the number 2 seed in this tournament. Heck of a coin flip by Greg Sankey.
Well, he practiced it.
I would too.
And he flipped it. He caught it perfectly, put it on his hand, and South Carolina's emblem was on top.
And there's the play-by-play of the coin flip. Carolyn Peck, everyone.
Your job's not that hard. I tell you, both coaches, though, I think moving forward would like to see it come down to something statistical you could point to that decides who has this number 1 seed in the SEC tournament.
They never had it come down to that before, so really interesting. You only play one opponent in SEC play twice now, and it just happened that Texas and South Carolina played twice. Booker with the rebound. Possession before this, Sira Chinu picked up her first foul, freshman for Ole Miss. Kyla Olaker to the bucket. The pass over from Roy Harmon.
Olaker is 6'6". She has terrific hands, and I like how the big girl runs the floor.
She's battling with Christine Walla now. It's a 6-0 run for Texas.
Remember, we did the Texas-LSU game, and Olaker and Taylor Jones did a terrific job in transition, running straight down the middle of the floor.
Texas takeaway.
You see Olaker in the middle of the lane. She's got rebounding position. Perfect.
Roy Harmon in the short corner. 8-0 run now for the Longhorns. KK Dean's up the sideline. Star Jacobs. Olaker's defense too strong. Roy Harmon underneath the basket right now for Texas. You could hear her hit the ground. Oh, good sign to see she's going to be helped up by her teammates.
Vic Schaefer's having a conversation with the official. Thought there was a lot of contact there.
Well, Kyla Olaker was whistled for a foul on this.
I think Chinu coming in from behind could have been called for a foul, but the officials didn't see it.
Olaker picks up her first. Madison Scott fouled by Shea Holly.
Scott's got to keep the pressure on the defense with the matchup, especially when she has a smaller guard on her. Because of her athleticism, she can continue to attack the rim. She's going to get to her, get right there to the free throw line.
She's listed at 6'2", but her wingspan.
Well, and her vertical.
Yes.
I mean, she can get up and got tremendous spring in her bounce. She's a quick jumper, Madison Scott.
She was a McDonald's All-American, the first at Ole Miss, also played in the Jordan Brand Classic. It feels like that was a very long time ago. She's 23 years old. Such a big deal last year when she announced she was coming back to Ole Miss for her 5th season.
Coach O, she texts me and she's like, I've got something for you. I'm like, what's coming up?
You never know.
You don't. And then she released it on social media. That'll make a coach happy when you know a player like Madison Scott's coming back for her 5th year.
Shea Holley. Speaking of 5th-year players, she has been with Vic Schaefer every season, all 5 of his years at Texas.
Bringing it full speed and making the defense have to make some decisions.
O'Hara with the finish for Ole Miss. Just her 11th appearance of the season. Tania Sadler in control now for the Rebels. Driving baseline and kicked it into the second row.
And Madison Booker finding Shea Holley on the baseline. Holley just keeps moving, finding the opportunity, and then Madison Scott pushing in transition. The Madisons are putting on a show for us tonight.
And the assisting in this game, Ole Miss, 3 assists on 5 made field goals. Texas right now, 8 assists on 8 field goals. Sharing the basketball. You have a better way of saying that.
Share the sugar. Come on, Lyle.
That's a lot better. To be Ole Miss basketball. Both of these teams NCAA tournament teams. Texas projected to be the #1 overall seed. Ole Miss, a top 4 seed, hoping they can host the first and second round. O'Hara. She averages just under 2 points a game. She's got 4 here in the first quarter.
Chino, her length on Roy Harmon right now. Madison Scott, she is coming full speed. She's done a terrific job at running the point for Ole Miss. She sees that Olaker is the only one between her and the back end. And when Olaker commits, she finds Carrera underneath just for the easy 2 for Ole Miss.
Madison Scott's got 3 assists already.
He just makes good decisions.
KK Dean's driving to the basket, and she is fouled. That's going to go against Jordan Lee, who's a member of the SEC All-Freshman team. And Shea Holley, 5 points in the first meeting with Ole Miss. Well, she's at 6 right now, 3 of 6 from the field.
There's a reason that Shea Holley is the winningest player in Texas history. She's a leader by example. I don't think she ever stops when she's on the floor. I mean, she is everywhere. She will welcome tough defensive assignments, and when the stars for Texas are taken away, she creates and finds opportunities, finds those holes in the defense to put points on the board.
Grew up a Texas fan. Her dad played football at Texas. It's her dream school.
Well, the first time these two teams met, the key for Ole Miss was to try to keep Madison Booker out of the scoring column. You see Madison Scott responsible to check her now.
Taylor Jones right around her defender.
That's where Texas found success. She had 24 points in that first meeting.
Rebels can take the last shot here of the quarter. Inside to Madison Scott, posting up Jordan Lee. Gotta shoot. A fun first 10 minutes in this quarterfinal. Team Coach Joe has taken them to 3 straight NCAA tournament appearances, and Right now they're trying to host first and second rounds, meaning they want to be a top 4 seed.
And Coach O was on the set with the ladies yesterday after their win, and she said, you know what her focus is? They're not ranked. She is trying to get this program respect. She said the only loss to the #1 team in the country, it was a 1-possession game, and I think that's her main focus today.
And back on January 26, Texas beat Ole Miss 61-58. Ole Miss led for 28 minutes in that game.
Madison Booker got the jumper and the steal to seal the deal.
Shea Holly got the rebound. Taylor Jones moments ago just whistled for her first foul for Texas. Madison Booker 1 for 1 from the field.
That was heads up, just brought Chino up the lane and then the reverse spin to get the backdoor bucket.
KK Deans. Roy Harmon got there. Jordan Lee, short. Neither one of these teams makes a ton of threes.
See, Ole Miss, the guards are dribbling to the pressure and then picking up their dribble. Well, that plays right into the hands of the Texas defense. KK Deans is a tough check because at any moment, any second, she can pull up for that three-point shot.
Last season was her first at Ole Miss, but only made 6 appearances before a knee injury. She's playing at her 3rd different school. Booker elbow. She can do the high arc too.
That's a tough switch. Sadler got switched on to Madison Booker, who is 6'1". She can elevate over Sadler.
Second foul on Shea Holly.
She's so smart. SEC Player of the Year. She rides Sirachino up the lane and then the reverse to the backdoor cut and the finish. And now she's got Sadler on it. Do you see how high that release is? You can't get to that. And that's pure.
Well, her conditioning, her weight room work in the offseason have all helped her. Madison Booker lost 15 pounds on her own. She just cleaned up her diet, got after it in the weight room. That's really helped her. The high elevation, the high release point, do all the things that she does.
Gave up candy and those sugary drinks.
I need to get on that train.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah. Can we wait till after March Madness?
Okay.
Kahara checks back in for Ole Miss, number 14 in the Navy jersey. Seven seconds for the Rebels. Star Jones in trouble. Jacobs in trouble.
Pressure.
Gotta shoot. Wasn't aware of the shot clock.
The swarming pressure defense by Texas. That is impressive. And we talk about Madison Booker, SEC Player of the Year. A lot of times you get caught up in the offensive numbers. Her defensive pressure right there, I think that helps her check the box.
Helped Texas force its 6th turnover. Longhorns have only turned it over 1 time.
Carrera called for the foul, trying to push Jones off the block.
That's her 2nd.
Jones has had a tremendous season. The improvement, the physicality, the confidence that number 14 in white is playing with. She's aggressive. Sorry, 44. Number 44 in white. So aggressive. Look at how she's posting up. She wants the ball inside.
Tipped up in the air by Jacobs, and she got it anyway and got the bucket! Taylor Jones just being a monster!
Watch how hard 44 in white, Taylor Jones is working in the middle. Even though the ball is deflected, stays after it. Body control, and then the nice little baby hook.
Taylor Jones, 3 seasons at Oregon State, now in her 2nd season at Texas.
When Jones came out of high school, she was more of a finesse post player. I'm not seeing a lot of finesse in her game right now. It is all physicality.
Harmon looking for options. Madison Booker's a good one. In and out, rebound by Madison Scott. Count that bucket!
Holy cow!
She's fouled by Brianna Preston.
The length of Madison Scott. She got away with a little shoulder shove, but still, the focus and the finish. Ooh! Don't hurt him, Scott.
Madison Scott back in 2021 was the SEC Freshman of the Year. This season, a 2nd-team All-SEC selection.
The biggest growth I have seen in her game, when she came in as a freshman, high energy, played with a lot of emotion. Throughout her career, she has learned how to channel that.
Taylor Jones and Carrera, they're going to get Taylor Jones on an offensive foul. That'll be her 2nd.
Carrera has started to frustrate Taylor Jones. She's trying to plead her case to Denise Brooks. But came in, Carrera had established her position. Jones tried to get a little extra. That's a good call by the official.
So Jones will take a seat. Kyla Oldacre will take her spot.
But Carrera's job didn't get any easier.
No.
With Oldacre coming in.
Preston.
At speed.
Booker missed a layup. Kennedy tagged Williams. Almost had it stolen away. Oh, Scott just saved it from going over.
Carrera got called for the offensive foul, posting up against Madison Booker.
That's going to be her 3rd.
Booker looks to be a little shaken up after that one. Carrera caught her above the shoulders. I think they may take a look at it.
Well, they're over at the monitor right now.
The last offensive foul is under review.
So while they look at this, we will step aside.
We've been in here all day, and it's heated.
Come on.
Come on.
Toughen up, Lang.
Be better. This game heating up. Winner moving on to the semifinal. We'll get either LSU or Florida tomorrow. I want to let you know that they went back and reviewed that foul. They did not upgrade it, so just a common foul on Tahara.
Oldacre over the back. And Walla on the box out. That's a full-time job, but Christina Walla is posting up or boxing out.
So Oldacre and Taylor Jones both with 2 fouls for Texas.
That's what you've got to do if you're Ole Miss. You've got to make sure you keep them on your back. And with both of them with 2 fouls, Vic Schaefer may have to look at going with a small lineup.
They've used it in the past, so
They have.
not something crazy.
Minnetonda would be an option to come in, and that could really open up the floor for the Longhorns.
Christina Walla at the free throw line misses the first. That's the first free throw that Ole Miss has missed tonight. They were 5 for 5. She got the start today, going with a bigger lineup. Saw them do that against South Carolina.
Texas had a bit of foul trouble the first time these two teams met. Madison Booker finished with 4, Taylor Jones finished with 4, and Oldacre finished, she actually fouled out.
Oldacre in the game right now with 2 fouls.
No.
So Minnetonda checks in the game. Minnetonda checks back in the game. Booker!
Now her
11 points for the SEC Player of the Year here in the first half.
yeah,
Todd
Madison,
Williams pulls it back out over to Iwala at the top. Booker over to Rory Harmon. Jordan Lee waiting in the corner. Oldacre fighting through a double team. And that foul is going to go against Kennedy Todd Williams. Oh, like her first. And Brianna Preston going to the table. Texas, the #1 team in the nation, the #2 seed in this SEC tournament. Oldacre gets the first. They're shooting 54% from the field right now. Facing an Ole Miss team that it was just a 3-point win. Their one and only meeting during the regular season for the Texas Longhorns.
well, and Oldacre still playing aggressive with the 2 fouls. Now to put Oldacre in ball screens, make her have to defend.
Sirachinu trying to get around Minnetonda. This will be Texas basketball. You know, Texas, the last time they lost a ball game, 13 games ago, it was to South Carolina. And Vic Schaefer has said numerous times, this team was out-toughed by South Carolina, and they don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I asked him. I said, what was the difference past that South Carolina game? And he said, I'll be honest with you, I told him, they got punked. And they didn't like hearing that. He said he showed it to them on film. This is a prideful team, and they pride themselves on that toughness. And ever since they saw that, they have not backed down.
Yeah, Coach Schaefer has said that's something that in order to compete at Texas, you have to have toughness. We're talking about physical, mental toughness.
Well, you have to have mental toughness to just survive one of his practices. I mean, we've watched it. You do maybe the first hour some offense. The last hour and a half, that's all defense.
This morning they came into this gym, shot for 30 minutes. That was their allotted time. It's the same for every team. Then they went over to a high school and practiced some more to finish their shoot-around before today's game.
King of preparation.
That is normal.
With Vic Schaefer.
It was funny, his assistant coach, Blair Schaefer, who's also his daughter, asked us yesterday when we met them for practice at 7.
I know Nikki Farkas talked about Madison Booker in her bag. Well, Madison Scott's got a bag of her own.
It is full. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Madison Scott. Coming off a 20-point performance last night against their in-state rival, Mississippi State.
Madison Scott driving the crossover to her left. And then the finish away from the defense, kissing it off the glass. Come on, Madison Scott.
Now, key update, Taylor Jones just picked up her 3rd foul. So Olayker has to come back in with 2 fouls.
Well, she was matched up with Star Jacobs, who is a smaller post player, and they were battling the contact. You don't fight it, go around it. You can spin. You can get the defense to your advantage. Don't try to push through.
If I'm Ole Miss, I get it inside because you know Olayker's got 2 fouls. There's going to be a travel and a turnover, the 9th turnover by the Rebels.
Yeah, Madison Scott just lost her footing there. And again, dribbling in and picking up her dribble. She's got to keep her eyes up, kind of make some decisions, but keep her dribble alive.
She goes in there too. I mean, Olayker's got to be careful defending her.
Absolutely she does, yes. And Star Jacobs was going down to try to get position on Olayker, I believe, but you've got to be careful. Yes, you're trying to go at a player who has 2 fouls, but don't let that break up the flow of your offense.
Sirachinu with the rebound.
Ole Miss needs a bucket right here.
Chinu looking for it. And a blocking foul against Jordan Lee. Her 2nd.
I like Sirachinu. She's a freshman, but she's 21 years old.
Yeah.
So she has great maturity on the floor. And she has a high basketball IQ. And you match that with the competitive level that she plays with. She's versatile. She can shoot the 3. She can take you off the bounce. And this is a player, looks like she loves to play some defense.
Grew up in Mali. Says they used to watch the WNBA and the NBA back home, and they were surprised that it was inside because they always played basketball outside at home. She is playing at Ole Miss, which is over 5,200 miles from her hometown.
She said she saw Ole Miss play in the NCAA tournament.
And watch them upset Stanford.
Then she talked to Coach Yo on the phone. There was an instant connection there. And it was a match.
She got herself on the SEC All-Freshman team this year. I love her reactions to things, just serious.
She is all about business. She transferred in from the University of Miami. When she came on her visit, she wanted Vic Schaefer to work her out because she is all about getting her better, taking her to the next level. And specifically, look at what she does when she's on the floor. When she's on the floor, she gets almost 22% of Texas's misses. Those are offensive rebounds, and that just takes a lot of hard work and want to.
Look at her run the floor and get back. Christine Uwala.
That's 3 fouls on Olayker.
3 on Olayker and 3 on Taylor Jones, who's already on the bench, and Vic Schaefer has his hands up in the air.
I like the shot fake. And Uwala, I told you, you get the ball to number 12 in blue, she's either going to finish with 2 or she's going to get herself to the free throw line.
So what do you do if you're Texas right now with both of your bigs with 3 fouls?
I think you go with a 4-guard lineup and you play Mwinatanda at the 5. Then you've got to try to front when you're guarding Christine Uwala and don't allow her to duck in. Make them have to throw over the top to her.
Remember, with some injuries, Aaliyah Moore, who is also a big for them, not available, so that's one more post player that you don't have. They haven't had her since January 23rd.
He's leaving Olayker in there with 3 fouls. She's got to play smart for this last minute and a half.
Booker elevates, no. Do you like leaving her in there?
Well, I think the big thing, he doesn't have much of an option. Without having that presence inside, could allow Ole Miss to tie this thing up or take the lead.
Olayker was able to tip that ball into the hands of her Texas teammate. Booker falling to the floor and misses the shot. KK Deans for Ole Miss.
See, I don't like that shot. Olaker has 3 fouls. Put her in a ball screen. If I'm Vic Schaefer too, he has the option to go zone.
Olaker fouled by Christine Iwala, her second.
To protect Kyla Olaker, if I'm Vic Schaefer, this possession down, I'm telling my team to go back and play zone. You don't want to pick up anything in these last 42 seconds of the first half.
It's something they don't do very often. You looked up the stat, Coach Peck. Only 1.4% of the time this season they have played zone.
28 possessions of zone Texas has played this year. And I think some of those, the majority of those, was the last time they played against Ole Miss.
1 of 2 for Oldacre.
Now, Olaker's got 3 fouls. She needs to get back. She doesn't need to be a part of the press.
Iwala, go at her.
That's what you got to do, because she can't foul. She knows how valuable it is for her to stay on the floor.
Texas can take the last shot of the half. They've led by as many as 9. Madison Booker.
And for Texas, Taylor Jones and Kyla Olaker, both of them have 3 fouls, so it'll be interesting to see if Vic Schaefer switches up and goes a little zone in this second half.
For Ole Miss, what do you want to see?
I think they have got to try to keep the ball out of the paint defensively, because paint points, that's where Texas really has turned it up. And then on the offensive end, they've got to continue to attack, try to continue to draw fouls from Texas.
Madison Booker immediately hits a bucket. She's got 13 points.
You see Texas plus 6 points in the paint.
Christine Iwala got the start today. The kick back out to Tamia Sadler. Lori Harmon was not letting her drive in.
We talked about Madison Booker at the half, but Madison Scott has been in her bag as well. She's got 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists already in this game.
Booker hits the court hard, but Madison Scott whistled for her second foul and 2 free throws on the way for Booker.
But check out Scott as the shot clock is running down. Just a little kiss off the glass to get the 2. That's a little English on the finish.
I love to watch Madison Scott and Madison Booker. What a treat in this game to have both of them.
When Madison Scott fouled Booker, I saw Madison Scott look at the official, and she just mouthed the words, soft.
Ooh.
She's coming aggressive. She wants to take Ole Miss to the semifinals again.
The Rebels are seeking their 4th straight semifinal. Of course, this is Texas's first ever appearance in the SEC tournament, coming over from the Big 12. They won the Big 12 tournament last year. Trying to win back-to-back conference tournaments for the first time since 1990.
The Star Jacobs needs to evacuate the opposite block twice in a row, starting this third quarter. That Texas has played defense for about 28 seconds, and then Ole Miss made them pay.
Throwing it up to Taylor.
And you see Taylor Jones taking no chances to go after that offensive rebound. She knows she's got those 3 fouls. The spacing for Ole Miss not good right now.
I think Booker got a hand on that shot. Possession arrow keeps it on this end.
And Sadler, even with the tough defense by Rory Harmon, got a clock in her mind, and before it hits triple zeros, she finds the bottom of the net.
And she's one of those experienced players for Ole Miss. 23 years old. She's a grad student. Spent 3 seasons at Colorado. Before that, 1 season at Washington. There's a shoe that's come off. It's Madison Booker's shoe. Rory Harmon's got it in her hand. Get a flat tire. You're not supposed to keep going, but they Sadler didn't option. She'll get a screen from Carissa Richardson. Foul against Shea Holly, her 3rd.
Shea Holly, the energy she has, she got out ahead of the pack.
Oh, Taylor Jones got loose. Gotta watch out when that happens. 8 points for Jones. She's 4 for 4, and Texas has its largest lead. The #1 team in the nation. The #2 seed in this.
Pass into Taylor Jones, and I love how Jones runs the middle of the floor in transition. A lot of times post players run to the block. If you run to the middle, the defense has to decide whether they're going to play on the high side or the low side. They got to commit one way or the other. That's the advantage of getting there.
You know, watching Texas's practices this season, Taylor Jones asked a lot of questions. I mean, she wants to know what is the best of Ole Miss as Booker was chasing it out of bounds. Rebels missed their last 4 shots. They haven't had a field goal in 2.5 minutes.
And Ole Miss hasn't gotten anything out of their underneath out of bounds. They've got to execute right here. These are opportunity to get some easy bucket.
They got to get it the ball in first. You see Ricino. She doesn't have a field goal in the game. Misses her 2nd attempt, and it'll be
man, does Harmon know how to get the ball to the post.
missed a shot in the corner on the kick out. Sadler for 2.
Now, Ole Miss doesn't need to panic. What they've got to focus on is getting stops, and then on the offensive end, be disciplined.
Chinu getting up, looks to be okay for Ole Miss. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Sometimes you need an assist. Sometimes it involves your shoe. Rory Harmon and Madison Booker. What a pair. You never know. Texas is shooting 50% from the field, and their defense is turned up right now because Ole Miss hasn't had a field goal in 3.5 minutes.
When Ole Miss has their 2 bigs in the game, Iwala and Richardson.
Todd Williams had the perfect putback twice. Stolen away by Richardson.
Ole Miss really needs to take a good shot right now. Not sure that was it.
They have missed their last 11 shots. Offensive foul on Jacqueline Mwenen-Tanda. That's her 3rd. So now Oldacre, Mwenen-Tanda, Taylor Jones, and Shea Holly with 3 fouls for Texas.
And with Ole Miss struggling to score right now, they need to go to a structured offense.
If they're on the team. Oh, an offensive foul. It's on Booker. Madison Booker,
wow.
her first.
They felt like she wasn't set when Madison Scott was trying to get to the shooter. Moved on that screen.
Texas ball. Oldacre trying to take it away, and Star Jacobs gets the whistle. That's 4 on her.
Well, Star Jacobs knew that she had Oldacre on her, wanted to go isolation. She wasn't patient enough to let the offense spread out so that she would have room. She tried to go right away.
Jacobs checks out of the game for Ole Miss under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Ole Miss bringing some full court pressure, almost cost the turnover.
First time these two teams met, Texas shot its second lowest field goal percentage of the season, but not the case today. Texas shooting 50% from the field.
And Jordan Lee is on the floor. I like that freshman. She's at the top of your screen in the corner. She can shoot it now.
Oldacre. She attracted 3 Ole Miss defenders.
And didn't stop her.
Nope.
The only way to stop a post player like Oldacre is you've got to foul her. Otherwise, she's going to either get to or get to the free throw line. The duck in and showing the palms to the guard, giving them a target, where to get the ball inside. That's textbook.
Third foul against Sirachinu. Kyla Oldacre told her she got into basketball because her mom wanted to stay. Her parents wanted her to keep from playing video games. She tried everything: basketball, dance, volleyball, soccer.
Good for mama.
Yeah. She's a McDonald's All-American.
She came in on her visit and asked Vic Schaefer to work her out. And then Vic said he could hear the ball dribbling. She's downstairs working on her ball handling. At 6'6", I'd love it.
Rebels have missed their last 13 shots, almost 8 minutes without a field goal. Preston steals it. Short at the buzzer. Getting her mind right. They've already won 2 games at this tournament. Second straight year they've worked their way into the quarterfinals.
That game against Alabama, the defensive game plan that Kelly Ray Finley had to run Alabama off the three-point line and the composure on the offensive end, impressive.
That game coming up about 30 minutes after this game finishes. Fourth foul against Sirachinu. Ole Miss only scored 7 points in the third quarter. They did not have a field goal in the last 8 minutes and 18 seconds of that quarter.
And I think what Ole Miss needs to get to is the pressure, full court pressure, and try to turn Texas over. Now Oldacre wants the ball. If they make these free throws, she's going to head to the other end. So that takes one defender away. The other 4, they've got to sell out. They got to turn it up and play Coach Yo style defense.
Booker 1 of 2, only gives her 17 points.
And the spacing in the paint.
Tahir in trouble. KK Deans comes to bail her out. And then missed a wide open layup. Kennedy Todd Williams at the elbow.
Now they got to score it. And now press up. You got to try to deny the ball in. Make Texas have to work.
Texas has done a nice job taking care of the basketball. Only 7 turnovers.
See, Roy Harmon is so seasoned and understands she doesn't have to be in a hurry.
Traffic underneath and a whistle blown. That's the third against Madison Scott. Double team on Oldacre. Back to Harmon, Shea Holly. Tonga saved it going out of bounds.
The 50-50 ball's going to Texas.
It stays with the Longhorns. Got a little crowded on that block.
Both these teams playing to get to the semifinals of the SEC tournament. You don't want to go in that locker room with any regrets. You got to leave it on the floor.
Both of these teams NCAA tournament teams. 2 of the 10 that Charlie Creme has projected in the field. I think that's the 4th on Kahara of Ole Miss.
Iwala for Ole Miss only has 2 fouls. How long will Coach Yo hold Christine Iwala on the bench?
On a technical foul on Tamia Sadler of Ole Miss.
Now, Sadler, there was a lot of contact there. Yeah, the officials aren't going to take that.
So she will take a seat after the technical. And Madison Booker takes both.
I'm watching Jordan Lee and Brown and Preston over there. The 2 freshmen having a good time right now as they have the lead in this 4th quarter.
So any foul by Ole Miss for the rest of this quarter will result in 2 free throws because Texas is in the bonus, and there's another one.
And you see Roy Harmon calling her team together. She is the voice of credibility on the floor and keeping her team focused and not getting caught up with the frustration of Ole Miss.
Kahara just fouled out of the game.
Now Carrera, she's right here on Oldacre. She's holding her, not allowing Oldacre to come off that screen.
Oldacre misses the first one.
When you're guarding a player the size 6'6" of Kyla Oldacre, you don't do it with your upper body, you have to do it with your feet. You've got to try to beat her to the spot. And if you play low, you know, sitting on her knees where she is not agile to be able to get post-up position on you.
That's going to be the 4th against Kyla Oldacre. So her and Taylor Jones both with 4 fouls. Over 8 minutes left in this game.
That's a long time. And right now, Ole Miss is out rebounding Texas. So just imagine if they aren't able to have one of their bigs on the floor.
Todd Williams, second free throw up and good, gets them both. Ole Miss winning the rebounding battle, but in this half, they're only shooting 17% from the field.
And Texas is playing disciplined and connected on the offensive end.
Todd Williams with the rebound. Madison Scott rolls around, and Coach Yo wanted a foul call.
Look, when you're in the fourth quarter trying to advance, you can't worry about the officiating. You got to continue to focus on how you're going to get stops and get buckets to get yourself back in this game.
It's going to be an offensive foul against Madison Booker.
I saw that coming. Kennedy Todd Williams. She baited Madison Scott coming to the middle, and she's backing up. You can draw a charge. You can be moving defensively. You're backing up. That's a good call.
You can move sideways and backwards. You just can't move forwards.
The Rebels are not done. They're not going away anytime soon. KK Deans on the backdoor cut, the reverse pivot. Drawing the foul and getting the opportunity to get an extra bonus at the free throw line.
Tonda just picked up her fourth, so Texas now has 3 players with 4 fouls. And a lot of ball game left.
And Olaker is playing with 4 fouls. Christina Walla has her on the low block.
Texas has missed its last 5 shots. Ole Miss on a 7-0 run. Oldacre ends the run. And Vic Schaefer wants to call a timeout. That is his giant uniform. Why are the shorts so big back then?
That was back in the day.
Madison Booker, 19 points. She has won Player of the Year in a conference the last 2 seasons. Last year in the Big 12, this year in the SEC.
Yeah, she got 19 points and 6 rebounds so far tonight.
Texas has come in prepared. They've looked like they know exactly what they want to do to this Ole Miss team. Held them without a field goal for 8 minutes in the third quarter.
Well, and again, why I think that Texas, is a contender is when they need a bucket, they know they've got a post players that they can go to.
It's going to be a turnover.
Find KK Deans in transition. You leave number 1 in navy blue alone. She is going to make you play.
3 of 5 from the arc. 7-point lead for Texas. Their largest lead has been 15 tonight. Winner gets either LSU or Florida in the semifinals tomorrow. I think Booker might have still been out of bounds.
KK Deans came down in transition. Minnetonka was late on the closeout, and KK said, catch it.
10-2 run for Ole Miss over the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They've hit their last 4 shots.
Ole Miss getting a little life right now and have confidence in their defense. They get another stop. This could make things very interesting.
And a foul whistled underneath.
Texas in a zone. This possession, a 1-2-2. Iwala screens the top of the zone and leaves KK Deans wide open at the top. She is filling it from the three-point line.
Christina Walla picked up her 3rd foul, and it sends Rory Harmon to the free throw line. Remember, any Ole Miss foul from here on out equals 2 Texas free throws. Rory 1 of 2. You said earlier Ole Miss was taking bad shots. How do you feel about their shots now?
Well, with KK Deans on the floor, if she's open, that's always a good shot.
Coach Yo's going to take a timeout here. We step aside for 30 seconds. The Rebels.
Deans has helped Ole Miss get back in this ball game. They have closed the lead from Texas to 5.
She's got their last 9 points. 17 for the game, 4 3-pointers.
Texas back into their man-to-man.
And that's a foul against Texas. It's on Madison Booker, her third.
And Ole Miss is going to look to see when they find mismatches. If they can get Madison Scott guarded by screen action for KK Deans. Zawala on the backside got Madison Booker. Gave Deans just enough time. The Rebels breathing life. They believe. And then on the other end, winning Tonda on the offensive glass. That's how you got to go after it if you're trying to get to the semifinals.
I mean, for KK Deans, we've been to Ole Miss practices. Coach Yo is hard on her. Star Jacobs just fouled out of this game. So that's 2 players for Ole Miss that have fouled out, Kahara and Star Jacobs. Coach Yo is hard on KK Deans. She wants her to be. KK wants to be pushed. It's paying off tonight.
I think that Coach Yo brings the best out of KK Deans.
Madison Scott. Easy peasy.
It's an isolation. She found herself one-on-one with Shea Holly again. Remember the LSU game? It was Roy Harmon in the 4th quarter coming off ball screens and hitting short mid-range jumpers. She's going to have to go to that tonight.
Shea Holly, 5 seconds. Booker comes to the ball. Just has to heave it. Ole Miss clicking on offense, and their defense gets a critical stop. Vic Schaefer says time out.
They come back together as a collective group as they've made their run in this 4th quarter.
3 wins for the Rebels after trailing by double figures this year. First meeting between these 2 teams came down to 3 points. Iwala fouled by Booker. 4 on Madison Booker. Texas now has 4 players with 4 fouls. Oldacre, Tonda, and Booker are on the floor with those 4 fouls right now. Taylor Jones on the bench with 4.
Here's the difference in this 4th quarter. When Ole Miss is driving to the basket one-on-one, when they see 2, they're passing. In the 3rd quarter, when they saw 2, they were forcing up bad shots. They're reading the defense a whole lot better in this 4th quarter.
And Iwala works her way around Kyla Oldacre.
Undersized, but her heart makes up for it with how hard she plays inside. Christine Iwala.
Out of time. Ole Miss will tell you, we defend. It is a program motto. It has been since Coach Yo took over this team 7 seasons ago. Shea Holly poked it 3. Two minutes to decide who is going to the semifinals. Winner gets either LSU or Florida.
And Texas needs to play through Roy Harmon and Madison Booker.
Booker coming up to the elbow. Iwala swatted the entry pass away. Second chance won't go. Oldacre has it stripped from her by Iwala.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Fitting for this game. Drama.
Now, Ole Miss doesn't need to foul. They just need to get a stop right now.
It stays with Texas, but 4 seconds on the shot clock. This is unbelievable.
When you're trying to get to the semifinals, every bucket is tough to come by. Sirachinu drives, and this basketball hit every inch of the rim, but fell the wrong way.
The out of bounds is under review. The call on
Now
that.
for the first time in her career, putting up 19 points. Ole Miss was able to get back in this ballgame thanks to KK Deans here in the second half. She's hit 5 3-pointers for this game, 20 points.
After the review, the call is reversed. Texas ball.
So Ole Miss got to go for the steal and then foul.
Well, and as you're going for the steal and the ball coming in, I mean, sell out. Everything, because you don't want any time or as little time as possible to come off the clock before you send Texas to the free throw line. And you want to foul Kyla Oldacre. Oldacre, she shoots, no, Oldacre shoots 74. Jordan Lee.
She's inbounding the ball. Oldacre gets it. And immediately she is fouled by Iwala. So Kyla Oldacre will shoot 2 shots.
She's 5 of 9 from the line tonight.
4th foul against Iwala. Ole Miss does have a timeout. You take it after these free throws to advance the ball?
Yeah, I think that you use it to get a for sure good shot. No, unless on a miss, and you can get KK Deans to leak out, because if Madison Scott gets it, or Kennedy Todd Williams, they can come fast. You can also have Sirachinu.
And Coach Joe's going to use that timeout immediately.
And KK Deans was down here all by herself.
That'll be Ole Miss's final timeout. They'll advance the ball. The reason Ole Miss is caught back up to Texas, that would be KK Deans. 5 of 8 from 3-point range.
She's created it off the bounce. Scoring it, stepping in from underneath out of bounds. If you don't find her in transition, yep, she'll make you pay from that one as well. She has been dialed in from beyond the arc. That is what has given Ole Miss a little bit of life in this 4th quarter.
She's the only player for Ole Miss who has even attempted a 3-pointer, and not surprising, they're 250th in the nation in made threes per game.
You know, if they were able to go with a quick 3 right now, KK were able to get free again. That's a 3-point game. You foul, send Texas back to the free throw line. Now, Texas has 2 timeouts, and you got to believe that Vic Schaefer, if Ole Miss is able to score, going to call timeout, going to burn another one, get the ball down in front of his bench, away from Ole Miss's basket, and then draw up a play to make sure they get the ball in and they get the ball in the hands of their highest percentage free throw shooters.
You're watching 2 NCAA tournament teams battle here, including the #1 team in the nation, who is the 2 seed in this SEC tournament. Madison Booker has fouled out. Star Jacobs and Kahera for Ole Miss have fouled out of the game. Rebels down 6. And Chinu has 2 free throws coming. She was close to hitting that.
Oh, man, that's a way to try to get 3 points. That was beautiful. Did everything but finish the shot. Off the back screen from KK Deans.
Not able to finish, but she's going to get 2 freebies at the free throw line.
You know, we've talked to Coach Yo about this in the game situations. In the very first game of the season against USC that they played in Paris, France, she felt like her team at the end of the game, a little afraid, a little starstruck, if you will. So she has put an extra emphasis on that, and we've seen them work on that play in practice.
Yeah, they've had some anxiety, and she, when in working on it, putting different people, different combinations in, so they were ready for the situation when she had to call up a play to get the bucket. But when you get to the free throw line, you got to pay it off.
Just 1 of 2 for Chino.
Vic Schaefer's not going to use his timeout to advance it.
Preston gets it across. Ole Miss has to foul. Tamia Sadler picks up her 3rd foul. It'll be the true freshman, Brianna Preston, at the free throw line, a 72% free throw shooter.
But now Ole Miss has no more timeout. Ole Miss to get a running start.
Both drop in for Preston. Back to a 7-point lead. Dean's trying to get free. Roy Harmon has got her covered. Shay Holly grabs it.
When being ignored isn't your idea from the service, it matters where you stay. Hilton, where to stay. I'm like, really? You're the right.